Howard Stern Show.
Isn't it funny in your career how live always is the answer?
Well, we copied that. We copied the same template of Humble Pie. The first 4 albums weren't successful, and the 5th one was a live one. Same thing with me.
Yeah, it's weird because when you started recording as Frampton, and then there was like Frampton's Camel, and
right?
Frampton, I just remember all this because I was a disc jockey and I was very involved in all of this somehow. I mean, you didn't know it, but I was involved. and then when Frampton Comes Alive comes out, all these songs that you had written become huge hits. And in a way, it's kind of like, well, why did it take a live album? You wrote these in the studio. You wrote them as studio songs. Were you depressed during those years when you wrote these songs and you were convinced they were great songs and they don't become hits? Is that a tough thing?
No, because I'd never had a hit as me. I'm not built that way. It's like I can't really think about tomorrow. Today is what I'm doing, and I'll do the best job I can, sort of thing. So I never really thought past, Friday,
but I mean, financial considerations. I mean, when, you feel this pressure, the record companies hired you, they're giving you a solo career. Look how patient they were with you, too. They gave you 4 shots, 4 albums.
That doesn't happen today.
Not today.
It's amazing. They let you go to the studio 4 different times and come out with albums.
Right.
And look, they weren't hits, but they stuck with you. Who was the guy who stuck with you, who knew to stick with you?
Jerry Moss.
Jerry Moss.
Jerry Moss and Herb Alpert. Both of them are fantastic human beings. They were sort of the misfits of the record industry at that point. They were the biggest independent label, and
A&M Records.
A&M Records,
right.
And it was like going to college, going to A&M, because they would give you all the help you wanted or leave you totally alone. And
what did you want?
Basically, to be left alone to create and build on what I was doing.
Is there a sense of, like, I imagine, like people in the movie industry, when you're not coming through commercially and A&M Records believes in you so much, that's where I think the pressure comes in. I mean, people try to act like it's not a business. It is, and you want to make money at it. You want to even be financially independent so that you can create even more stuff.
Right.
So when A&M Records, the 2 guys, Herb Alpert and stuff, they see you, do you feel apologetic? Do you feel responsible? Do you have some sort of guilt that you're not tapping into what the public wants?
No, because they told us they were going to stick. That was the reason why we were with them. We were so lucky, Humble Pie as well, because they said, "Don't, when it's right, we're going to have a big hit. We'll stick with you." And
wow,
yeah, it was amazing. I never felt a guilt. Only when we went to do the live album. Humble Pie's live album had been a double one. Well, I said, and management and everything said, let's not rock the boat here. It's the 5th record, like you're saying,
Yes.
Let's just do a single album so the budget's not too high for them and whatever. And so when Jerry Moss, I went to Electric Lady Studios last week that I hadn't been to in years and years and years. And I reenacted where Jerry Moss was when he heard the single album. And he's a very tall guy, kind of like you.
Yes.
And he sat in front of the console, so you couldn't see him. We played him both sides of the single album. And then his head just came up over the console. He turned around and he said, "Where's the rest?"
Wow.
And that's when we knew we could do a double album, and he just loved it. So.
And the pricing on that double album was interesting. They only charged
$1 more.
$1 more, and Frampton Comes Alive becomes like one of the biggest albums, actually double albums of all time, which is amazing. And that's instant success. Was that hard for you to handle?
I'll tell you when it got most difficult. The first call when my manager called me about 2 months after it first came out, he said, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "Yes, I'm sitting down." He said, "You're number 1 in Billboard and Record Mirror and Cash Bar, all those. There were loads of magazines then."
Right.
And so that was, wow, that's fantastic. I feel good. And then about a month later, it seems, maybe it was longer, he called me and he said, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "What's this with the sitting down?"
Yeah, I'm sitting.
I'm sitting
I'm
already.
Sitting already.
He said, "Get this. You've broken Tapestry, Carole King's record. You're now the biggest selling record of all time."
Wow.
And that's when I got scared.
You got nervous?
I got very nervous then.
Because you said to yourself, I can't top this? Or what?
I think that there was a few things in the way. First of all, the live album was a best of. It was 6 years worth of material.
It was a compilation of 6 years.
Yes. So now I got 3 months to write the next one.
Why 3 months? Why couldn't they wait?
Okay, all right. That's a very good point, and it's something that there's you can't change things, and I don't wish to change anything except this one thing.
Right. You wish you'd taken more time on the next album.
And because the old rules before the biggest selling album in the world, Guy, the old rules were take advantage of this success, rush another one out, and off. But the thing is, you're as good as your